In the days that followed Ethan's encounter with the janitor, something inside him refused to settle. The metallic hum he'd heard in the boiler room echoed faintly at the edge of every silence, like a memory chasing him down long hallways. He found himself walking slower, watching people closer, questioning the ordinary. The world hadn't changed, but he had. And then, without warning, came the arrival of Ms. Laura. She was introduced as the new biology teacher, but nothing about her felt new. She was composed yet unreadable, with eyes that lingered a fraction longer than they should, and a voice that never wavered. On her first day, she looked at each student with clinical precision, until her gaze fell on Ethan and stayed. She smiled, not kindly, not cruelly, just knowingly, as though she already understood the outcome of a conversation that hadn't begun yet. That afternoon, during lab, she paused mid-lecture and said, "No one leave through the north stairwell today. There will be a spill." The class chuckled awkwardly until hours later. 2 freshmen were rushed to the nurse's office, coughing and soaked in formaldehyde. Ethan didn't laugh. He stared at her. She met his eyes with calm indifference and returned to grading papers. Later that week, she called him in after school under the guise of discussing a new advanced science track. Her office was sterile, dimly lit, and cold, not in temperature, but in design, like it hadn't been used by a human in years. She gestured to a chair without speaking, then handed him a small, sleek scanner. "Just a finger," she said softly. "It won't hurt." Against his instincts, Ethan complied. A single beep. A pause, and then she turned the screen toward him. "This," she said, "is not in any human database." The screen showed a swirling helix, unlike any DNA strand Ethan had seen in textbooks. There were additional codon sequences too perfect, too balanced. "What is it?" he asked. She leaned forward, folding her hands slowly, like a surgeon contemplating the first incision. "It's you," she replied. "Or rather, what you're becoming." Ethan blinked. "Becoming what?" Laura did not smile. "You were never meant to be just human," she said, voice low and absolute. "You were chosen to become." He stood abruptly. "This is a joke, right? Like some kind of test?" Laura shook her head, gently, like a parent watching a child deny the obvious. "I knew you'd come," she said. "I saw it 3 months ago. I always arrive before they wake." "They," she tilted her head. "You." Ethan stumbled backward, hand grazing a metal cabinet that hummed faintly, as if echoing the same vibration he once felt in the janitor's boiler room. "You're not a teacher," he whispered. "No," she admitted, "but I'm here to teach you something." He left in a rush, out into the crisp air of late autumn, heart pounding, lungs burning. But it wasn't fear that gripped him. It was the gnawing truth that deep down, part of him had known. The way dreams had started bleeding into daylight. The way he could suddenly understand fragments of languages on signs he'd never studied. The way people's intentions became clearer than their words. That night, he dreamt again. Not of school, not of Miss Laura, but of vast metallic halls submerged beneath oceans of shifting light, of voices without mouths, singing in harmonic pulses, of stars blinking in Morse-like sequences, as if calling him home. When he awoke, his hands trembled. Not from fear, but from recognition. Because Miss Laura hadn't lied. Something was awakening inside him. And it wasn't done yet.